The Lauren Anderson Field Project team presented the Hopkinton Hillers softball program with some donations, including windbreakers and equipment. HCAM's Mike Tarosian was on the scene.
So I'm going to take a moment just to introduce the people up here, and then we're going to explain what this is all about, because I know you're all in the dark here today. So we have Ricky Anderson, who is the mother of Lauren Anderson. You all should know Dr. Carol Kavanaugh, who's our superintendent, right? And then we also have Kathy Kidliff, who is a part of the Lauren Anderson Memorial Foundation. So I hope that this has kind of given a little bit of light. The Lauren Anderson Foundation supports the Hopkins softball program a lot. Obviously, Lauren is who our field is named after. A number of years ago, we kind of redid the field and made it vast improvements to the field through the Lauren Anderson Foundation. And here today, they're here to give us a little bit more back to the program. So I'm going to turn this over to Ricky Anderson, who's Lauren's mom, to talk a little bit about Lauren, and then we're going to go from there.
You girls all remind me of Lauren, because it's exactly the way she would appear, with a hair ponytail and a hat and everything else. I don't know, you didn't know her, but she was a sparkle. She was killed in a horseback riding accident, in case you didn't know. And my friend Kathy Kilduff decided a couple of years ago we should make the softball field better, because it has her name on it. And so we did that, and we had a little money left over, so I said it's time to give something to the team. So here we are, and we're going to do it today, okay? Is everybody okay with that? Yes. Okay.
All right, hi everybody. Thank you all for being here this afternoon. It's a really exciting time. And when Mrs. Anderson was just telling you about how Mrs. Kilduff decided a few years ago that they would do some upgrades to the field, you have no idea. So she had come to see me and the district's business manager, and she sat us down and said, I want to do some repairs to the softball field and even some upgrades to the field. And we said, well, what do you think that looks like? And she had a very long list, and then we said, well, what do you think that costs? And when she told us, I kept thinking, there is no possible way that's going to happen just through donations. And it was only months later that we were all on that softball field, and it looked amazing. And I think a lot of that happened because Lauren's legacy and her memory is still so alive in people in Hopkinton that they all stepped up and stepped out and came out to do amazing things. You are all so lucky to be here this afternoon, because what's happening here, I think, today is something that instills a legacy and a memory, and it really shows you what Hiller Pride is. I mean, it's been 28 years, I think, since we lost Lauren, and her memory lives on, and you get to be sort of the benefactors of some of her memory and a lot of her legacy. So just congratulations to all of you athletes, and thank you again for being here. And I will now hand this to Mrs. Kilduff.
It's a super privilege and pleasure to be here to see all of you. I can't even begin to tell you. I want to just say really why we're here is to tell you a little bit more about Lauren and then offer you a challenge. So Lauren was kind. She had a sparkle in her eye and a smile that you could see miles away, and she was approachable. And she cared about softball. She cared about her teammates. She wanted the best, not only for herself, which she gave every single day, but she wanted it for every single teammate as well. She knew the true definition of team. So I think those are the fact that she was diligent and committed and wanted Hiller softball to be the best is one of her big, positive, extraordinary legacies. So what we're saying at this point in time is it's time. 28 years is a long time. Her legacy lives on. Her spirit, think about it. 28 years ago, you guys weren't even born. Her spirit lives on. So I don't know how you define spirit, if it's energy or if it's confidence or if it's the can-do attitude or if it's courage when you're having a down day. Be all that you can be. That's Lauren's legacy. That legacy of tomorrow is better than today. So be the very, very best that you can. So our little challenge to you is with these little gifts is to help you do that. We want to challenge you. We want to see your sparkle, and we want to see where you take it. Any one person, I was saying to Dr. Kavanaugh, it's not just a field. It's not just a bunch of silly young women. It's passion, it's desire, it's the want and the pride in what you've committed to. So we challenge you to be the best that you can be for whatever reasons that you have. And we want you to know we're all behind you, and the legacy will continue. And a lot of that is thanks to each of you.
I was like, you're all going to be very excited by this one. This is, I think. Oh my God. Are you kidding? We are not kidding. So that's your clue. But
Oh my God, it's a pitching machine.
it's a new pitching machine with a change-up function. So we can just hit a button and throw you a change-up, which I know Ashley is stoked about over there.
I can't pick that up.
No, I pushed it over here. We're really excited. That was a huge get. As you all know, our pitching machine is,
Busted. Bad.
yeah, all good words. Not ideal. So this will really help us to prepare, and we really wanted to get this done this week with the big week we had coming up. So Coach and I will get that set up tomorrow, probably after school. But it was something that we were really excited to get.
All right, these are warm-up jackets to go with our uniforms to wear to our games. What's special about these is that there's an LA on the left-hand sleeve of every jacket for Lauren Anderson. So the idea here is being like that as we put on our uniforms to play for each other, we're also playing for our teammates in the past as well. And so you're playing for each other past and present. So that's what these ones are for, reminders of that.
And with these are part of your uniform, which means we're giving them to you now, and then you're going to give them back, and they're going to stay in the program for years to come. I saw the seniors' faces. I figured I needed to clarify. I've been wanting this forever.
Yes. So
So you want to take that one for sizes?
Yeah.
Yeah. And these are all in the line. So you can do that. So why don't we'll go seniors first. Bailey, come up, tell me what size. Oh boy. Small, medium, large, extra large. That's a small. We're saving that for Caroline.
I can take a medium if something's a little smaller.
Yeah, try the medium, make sure.
Okay.
Kel's medium.
I'm so freaking happy.
What size is that?
You doing a medium?
That's a medium. Bailey, can I try that? Would that be too? Can I try
Kelsey,
that
turn
on?
and look at Mr. Cardillo. All right.
Oh, I'm so excited. I'm just, Lauren would be so thrilled. She would just be so happy.
That's great. And so this year you were able to help with the pitching machine and jackets.
Pitching machine.
Yep. And was that something that you felt they needed, or you just listened to the team?
We spoke to the coaches. We asked them to tell us what we thought they could use, what they thought they could use. And the pitching machine was number one, and the jackets was mine idea.
I think what these girls are realizing is that they belong to something bigger than themselves. So as we watch all of this unfold today, they're getting a pitching machine, they're getting jackets, but I think what they're really getting is a sense of what it means to be a teammate, what it means to be a Hiller, what it means to feel pride, all of those really deep emotions. And as I was watching their faces, you could really see that. It was beautiful. It was beautiful.
No, I didn't.
Perfect.